Welcome to Spotlight Gulf Coast, a weekly showcase of people and events across South Mississippi. Sponsored by the IP Casino Resort and Spa, Mississippi Power Company, Gulf Sales and Supply, and Butch Osterlet Autoplex.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Trenchard, Executive Director of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi, welcoming you to another segment of Spotlight Gulf Coast right here on WXXV. Each week we're coming into your living room talking about what's going on all across South Mississippi, and we want to thank our sponsors for this generous opportunity. Today I'm real pleased to have with us Miss Amanda Ray, our new Community Relations Director. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Todd. It's good to be here. It's going to be a great show today. I'm happy to participate.
It was, I think, last week that you were over here and we had you holding a canine, a little baby puppy.
Right. That was so much fun with the Humane Society.
And I think this is really sort of a coming out. We're introducing you, to the public and to our supporters. Tell us a little bit about yourself and, maybe some things that you want people to know.
Sure. Well, I'm so excited to be a part of the foundation. So far, my experience has been absolutely amazing. My husband and I relocated to the Mississippi Gulf Coast about 3.5 years ago. I was actually born in Pascagoula, moved around a lot as a young child. The Coast Guard brought us back here, where I've been working at the YMCA for about 3.5 years now. I was the Membership and Marketing Director and then transitioned to the Health and Wellness Director. It was a wonderful experience. I got to meet a lot of great people, a lot of great connections in the community, as well as have a lot of programs around the Gulf Coast.
I know that I think my first exposure to you probably might have been with Duchess Club. I saw you at the Y and, of course, hanging around with Joey, who's on our board. But with the Duchess Club, I would sort of start noticing that you would always be one of the people that were always there, always participating, and certainly that made an impression on my mind. But you've got a skill set that's pretty vast. I mean, I know when we sat down and talked, you've written grants in the past, you've volunteered in the community, which I think is very important. If you're going to work in the nonprofit sector, and you working for the Y or working with Baco McCarty, there's a lot of other things that you do. And let's talk about that just a little bit. Right,
exactly. I think it's so important, especially being in the nonprofit world, to be hands-on, to volunteer, to go and participate in these events and with these programs. I started at a very young age in college. I participated in the Dolly Parton Imagination Library with the United Way, with my internship, and with the YMCA, I was involved in so many programs, as well as the Duchess Club. We started a summer feeding program at the Y with Backpack Buddies.
Right.
So that's been a wonderful experience. We'll wrap that up in about 2 more weeks. And things like the Special Olympics, Healthy Kids Day. There's just been a wide variety of different things that I've been able to participate in just from being in the nonprofit world.
I think that that's one of the good things about the Duchess Club. They get out and they do so many things in the community that, exposes a lot of people to maybe some causes that they've heard about, but, you get to learn a little bit more about. I know one of the things that when I was reading your resume, I knew you were a personal trainer and that you did a lot of the classes and things like that. What I didn't know was that you were an ultra marathoner.
I am indeed.
I'm not sure what that is, but you're about to tell us. And what?
I will tell you. So an ultra marathon is anything over a marathon. A marathon distance is 26.2 miles.
Right.
So I started running, it's probably been about 15 years ago, and my parents were like, "You're little Forrest Gump." One day, I remember calling them, telling them how excited I was to run 1 mile on the treadmill. And then a couple months later, I was running a half marathon, a marathon, and then ultra marathons. So to this day, I think I'm up to 43 ultra marathons, and that's anything over 26.2. So I've ran 50Ks, 50 milers, and 100 milers. So
yeah,
it's pretty
100 mile running race. That takes about what, a day?
24 hours. That's usually the goal. So you start usually on Saturday morning, run all day, all through the night, and then you'll finish sometimes Sunday morning.
Why?
No sleep.
Wow.
I love it. I love it. Love
It
it.
has to be a spiritual experience. I know you get that runner's high, but that's sort of a little out there, like 100 miles is
Oh, yeah.
beyond what I could really think, but it does. It's mind over.
Mind over matter.
Right.
And it really is. It's a spiritual thing for me. When I go do these 100-mile races, I mean, you're experiencing so many highs and lows, and you feel great, and then you feel terrible, and then you'll cry, and then you'll be laughing. So it really, I pray a lot, and I envision God just pushing me forward. And when you finish, there's no other feeling like it. And once I finish something like that, I'm like, what can I not do in life?
Right, and that's really the lesson. There's nothing you can't do.
Right.
And, now, working with the foundation, it's going to certainly broaden, I guess your scope of influence and out there in the public. What it's been like the last, it's been about a month now.
About a month. We're on week 4. So yes, it's been amazing. I'm so fortunate to be a part of the foundation. Just through these 4 weeks, I've been able to participate in so many wonderful things, and just I'm really amazed at all the good work that the foundation does all along the Gulf Coast, Harrison County and Jackson County. We have an amazing board, very hands-on. So I'm just very happy, very fortunate, and I look forward to the future of the foundation.
You got to wear a lot of hats. And
Oh, yeah.
Change 3 and 4 times a morning, and just and that's what it is. It can change, and that's what I love about this is you never know what the next day is going to bring.
Right.
You're not written into stone with anything. You're just out there making a difference. And hey, if something comes up today, hey, tomorrow schedule changes. And,
Right.
So it's been a pleasure, getting to work with you and seeing your skill set, which is just incredible. I know that we're coming up, and we'll be talking a lot more about our fashion show that's coming up in about 2 months from now, and the whole rest of the show will be on that. But you've had experience with putting on events. Obviously, the humanitarian banquet's a pretty good size one.
Right. We put on several events with the YMCA, Healthy Kids Day, the humanitarian. So I have lots of experience with that. I'm looking forward to Renaissance. It's going to be an amazing event this year. It's going to be great having it at a new venue, Biloxi Civic Center. It's going to be challenging, but also a whole new exciting event for the year. So
I know you were working very hard on the Jolly this year, and getting in there, and it could be everything from sweeping the floor to cutting little things to doing the ceilings and stuff. But again, we're not professionals at this. We'll put forward our best effort, and
Exactly.
But you afford the people that are participating. You want them to be, have the best experience they can, because it is a reflection on this foundation and what we do, and that's why we do put so much effort into it. And I know that you're starting to see, like you said, how broad this is. I mean, this is it really is exciting. Every day you get up early, you send me a little to-do list.
Right.
And of course, I'm reading it at 3:30, so I know you're up.
I'm up. I'm up every morning, 3:30, 3:45. It's my quiet time before the kids wake up. I get all my ideas first thing in the morning, and then I go run, and then I'm ready to start the day. So I'm excited.
Pretty scary.
Yep.
I'm telling my story. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back, everyone, and we're talking with Amanda Ray. And Amanda, we were, talking a little bit about, what got you to this point here at the foundation. And one of the things we touched on was this running, and cannot go another second without congratulating you
Thank you.
on a
Thank you
big
so much.
win this past weekend. Let's talk about that a little bit, because we both talked about, the importance of health. I try to run pretty much every day, and you're taking it to another level. So tell us about that race.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm the same way. I love to run every morning. This past weekend, I had a great race. It was a 50K. It was right a couple hours away, Clinton, Mississippi.
Right.
Big Butts Ultra, Big Butts Classic, as you like to say.
Yeah.
So I actually got first overall female and 4th overall winner. It was a great day. We had overcast, a little rain. So normally the heat is what is so challenging during this race.
Right.
but it definitely saved us with some clouds and rain this year. So it was a beautiful trail. I do it every year. This is probably my 6th time to do Big Butts. So I usually win top 3 female. So this was definitely a big win for me this year. It was great.
Most people are, trying to plan in their head what's a 5K. Now, when you talk 50K, how many miles is that?
So that's 31.1 miles.
So
a
that's
long way.
Long way.
And it's through trails, so it's not gravel pavement. It's rocks and roots, and you're running through the woods.
Why is running so popular? Because, again, I think even as you get older, it becomes more important to you because it becomes a spiritual sort of time to, sort of become one with yourself. And
Right.
I know that's it. I know that's the way it is for me.
Right. Well, that's one of the reasons why I love running. I mean, I start my day every morning with a run, either alone. It's my morning meditation, time alone before the kids get up, my day starts, or with a group of my girlfriends. And it's like our social time, our little happy hour in the morning, just to get our day started and have friendship, fellowship, and just get everything going for the day.
So that's going to be our sort of little health little plug, probably for the last time in a bit. But it does give you more strength, and you're more alert during the day. I mean,
Absolutely.
I couldn't even imagine not. I feel so sluggish.
I feel the same way.
9 o'clock.
On days that I don't run, I feel sluggish and tired. It definitely is the way I love to start my morning. It gives me energy. I think of all kinds of ideas for work. I mean, I'm really wanting us to do an ultra or a race down here on the Gulf Coast to benefit the foundation one day. So it's definitely my time just for me and for me to think about things and come up with ideas. So it's very important.
I know that we have a lot of ideas that we're implementing right now, going into a major fundraiser, Renaissance Runway, which actually has probably more moving parts than even the Jolly, where you've got 80 models that you're working with and boutiques that you're working with. And now this year having to put on the actual event and have the decor and having 15 nonprofits. There's a lot of moving parts. And again, you do this the best you can, but I think that's one of the advantages of working for nonprofits, putting on events. You learn sometimes to improvise with what you have.
Right.
I mean, it's not a major corporation where you just have 1,000 people working for you.
Right.
So you've almost got to pace things out. We're 8 weeks out, and I've learned on events, I really don't try to announce them 6 weeks prior because you have other events that are going on. And,
right, exactly.
And a lot of times our board is involved in those. But you do want to carve out that sort of time where you can get it done. We're in pretty good shape with 8 weeks to go, seeing it's sold out, and
we're in great shape. We haven't even announced it, and all our tables are sold out, so I think we're winning already.
Well, it's again, it'll be a fun night, but it also I think is a great time to get to know your community, get to know, and I know you're excited. This being your first one.
Yes, I'm so excited.
It's again, I get goosebumps as I get closer, and people don't maybe understand the amount of time that goes into it because all they see is the end result.
Right, but behind the scenes, it's a lot of work.
It is, and if you're gonna do something right, do it right. And,
exactly.
Somebody can always do it better, I always say, but nobody ever has. So let's bring it.
And this year will not be any different.
No,
we've got a lot of help from our nonprofits. Duchess Club will be there as usual, helping with the auction. So I'm really excited. Wanda Gatlin will be with us, helping with the fashion show. It's going to be a great event.
And we have a jam up board that we can call, and that's
absolutely
a lot of them. We ask them to step up, and
they do.
Just a little bit of effort by a lot of people makes for a successful event. I know that. Again, you and Joey have worked together on some big events with the humanitarian banquet.
We have.
And those, I've watched those grow, from what was a small room. I was there the first year. We honored John Blossman at the IP. And it was a relatively small event to an event where the Beau Rivage is packed. And
amazing. Last year's event, I mean, I don't think you can top it. Last year's humanitarian, it was amazing. Lee Bond was the recipient, and he had all his Singing River staff come up on stage. It was very powerful, and it was a wonderful event.
There was 100 plus easy that came up on stage, and just to show, to see the doctors next to the nurses, next to the volunteers, next to it was like you said, I don't know that that would be duplicated, and
It'd be hard.
it's it shows the type of community that we have. Now, as we start moving into the season, I know that you'll be getting a lot of calls, and you'll be, you know, having to, I guess, make some decisions. You feel pretty comfortable with, you know, what you've learned at this part in life, you know, to get here.
I do.
Because sometimes you got to be a self-starter. It's
Right.
not like you go and ask questions about everything.
Right. With my background with event planning with the YMCA and other organizations, I definitely am confident with this year's event. It will not disappoint. It's going to be probably the best year yet. I'm very confident in that. You know, having the event at the Biloxi Civic Center is going to allow us to have more tables. We get to invite more people. So I'm very excited. It's going to be beautiful.
Definitely, you know, you're already looking at 700 people. I mean, it's a much larger event
Yes.
already. But you also have a lot of groups working together. This will be the first year where we have several of the major casinos working together. And I
Right.
think that hats off to IP. I mean, they obviously have given us a lot of money and, you know, some resources, but for the Palace to step up,
Right.
you always have the Beau Rivage, you have
I
Island
love that the
View,
community's
you have-
coming together.
Yeah.
It's an event to come together.
It is, and that's how you make a strong event because, you know, those same people that walked last year know each other this year.
Right.
They're looking forward to coming back, and so I'm looking forward to a great event. We're going to appreciate you coming on. We're going to have Jill come on, and we're going to talk a little bit about the raffle because that's
It's
another
exciting.
whole
Oh, yeah.
little part of this.
Whole another part.
And we'll be raising monies for scholarships in our local community. So we're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back with Jill Compton, and we'll be talking a lot more about that. So don't touch that remote. Welcome back, everyone. And of course, we're now joined by Jill Compton. And Jill, you've been on the show numerous times over the years, but I think this is the first time here.
It is. I
You
love
like
the
this
new
set.
set.
I talked about it to the board. I said, "Yeah, this is gonna be a platform that we really can use to go to the next level. Bring people."
Absolutely. It's very comfortable and
Yeah.
it looks great.
Well, I'm excited. In fact, I think our old set, you helped us pick it out.
I
mean,
did.
and it wasn't quite as elaborate as this. We went one day and picked up
did.
chairs and
Picked up chairs,
made
some
some little
rugs,
plants, and hey,
got some
that-
plants. We were good.
and that was an upgrade from what.
Big upgrade. We
Well-
looked like a library before.
Well, I think that you know, again, the power of television. But there's also, I've had you on the show many times because you're one of those doers in the community. And that's generally what we've always talked about. I mean, from the first time I met you, you know, you're always, you know, one of the, let's say, loudest voices in the room along with me. Wait a minute, who's that over there talking as loud as me? But, you know, take charge and, you know, set a course and, you know, really, we came up with an idea. It was a few years ago. I forget what we were talking. And you said, I really want to take it to the next level. And we did.
We did.
We did it with the furniture that your business and your family, you know, owned. And, you know, having that outdoor kitchen, you know, really set the standard.
It did.
For
It took us
future
to a different
raffles.
level, didn't it? It was great.
It's helped us raise a lot of money, you know, for scholarships. And, you know, the Baco Foundation is generally geared toward youth education and arts and the betterment of South Mississippi. And anytime we put on events, we try to focus on that and how we can make a difference. But we've taken this raffle, you know, just through the power of our board and dividing it up and everybody selling tickets. And then night of, you know, we can raise 25, 30,000 that goes into scholarships. That's huge.
And we're going to take it up a level this year.
We are going to do that, and very excited about that. I know that, you know, your business, let's talk about that just a little bit. When I first met you, I think you were at the Sun Herald.
I was
a
at
long
the
time
Sun
ago.
Herald, and then that's who put me through Jackson County leadership.
Mm-hmm.
The circles of life bring you back around, and now I'm on the board with who was my boss at one time, Ricky Matthews and Vicky Applewhite.
Right.
They were my bosses who put me through that. And that's how I met you. And then Jackson County Chamber, being an ambassador for them for many years. And then I went to Hancock Bank, and then I left Hancock Bank in, I think, 2016, and went to work with my husband at Compton and Son Appliance. They've been a business on the Mississippi Gulf Coast since 1964. His father founded the business as an AC repair. Then he had the appliance side. Now him and his son have the appliance store together, and that's why it's called Compton and Son. Very strong local business, and we love giving back to the community.
Right.
So when I came aboard, I looked at you one day and said, I need to do this Baco thing. What is this?
Yeah.
And what am I going to do? Because you know I'm not going to do something small, so let's get it going.
Right.
And we came up with the idea for the raffle, and we donated an outdoor kitchen. And so we do kitchen appliances and outdoor appliances, plus the outdoor furniture.
Right. And we've sort of partnered with other groups in the
We have.
community. So like FEB will put up some craft beer, or we'll have a second place drawing. We'll have a third place drawing. It becomes just a super way and fun that night.
It is fun. It's a fun way to give back.
Right.
$100 raffle ticket. It goes towards the scholarships, 100% for the scholarships. And we have now Harrison County and Jackson County going to kind of do a duel off, see how we can make it more fun, have it more fun with the board and the community, and give back. And that's what it's about. It's about the youth and education of children and what you can do to participate. And I expect all my friends and everyone I know, they'll be getting a phone call. So this is kind of the warning. I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Get your money out.
You always do that. I think the only time you've been outdone is Butch last year gave 10,000.
Yeah, what was with that? He can give 20 this year.
Well, but, hey, he's saying I think he only took $1,000 worth of tickets. He
I
didn't
know.
take
He's
10,000,
such a
but,
wonderful person.
You know, again, with 100% of that money is going to scholarships, it does make a difference. And I'm very excited this year about where this is going to go. Now, this year, tell us what we're giving.
This year, we're giving away an outdoor furniture set that's, I call it lifetime furniture. It has a 25-year warranty on it, 29 by 72 bar table, and it has 4 swivel bar chairs and 3 swivel bar stools. It's a beautiful set. It's done in walnut and birch. It looks like wood, but it's not wood, and it is just gorgeous. I mean, you can't ask for anything prettier. And we'll have beer with it, and then we're going to do 2 other super prizes with it.
We've done all kinds of things. Remember we had the prime steaks one year?
Yeah.
We
did.
And you do all those things. And we can add stuff with it. I think the retail value of this was $7,500.
It is $7,500.
Yeah, so this is like I said, a nice way. It's not going to break the bank. And you're wanting everybody that comes to the fashion show, most of them are on a corporation, has bought the table.
Right.
We want everybody to give $100.
Give $100. And the fashion show is hilarious. It is so much fun. It's such a super fun event to go to. I laughed the entire time last year. I mean, it was so much fun. And it's a great networking community as well.
If we've got sort of the mindset, and I've always known that, you know, corporations usually buy the tables, but if you have 500 people that buy a $100 ticket, you just raise $50,000.
Right.
And, you know, $50,000 that can go out and that can change an entire community.
It can.
With scholarships. So, you know, this is serious stuff. At the same time, having fun. And I appreciate, like I said, all the work that you put into it, because you take it to another level. And I've gotten to meet a lot of those people. One of our guests will be next week. When I first heard, you know, Brandon Elliott's name was the first time was you, and he'll be our guest actually on the show next week. So, you know, it is a way that we can make a difference in our community. Jill, I appreciate you being on our board of directors. I appreciate what you do. You've always been like I said, go-getter, and you know, that's what makes our foundation different.
Well, thank you for always having me.
Best board on the coast.
Best board on the coast, the funnest too.
That's it. And we appreciate everybody's support of the Baco Foundation of South Mississippi. Again, we've got Renaissance Runway that's coming up in September. You'll be hearing a lot more about it over the next several weeks. in the next actually couple months.
Yes.
And we'll be talking about how you can get involved and make a difference. Until next time, this is Todd Trenchard saying so long, and may God bless.